men. The All-Ireland is over once again. County Cork, they went forth to play County Mayo, with Cahalane and the boys from Castlehaven. Though his limbs they were sore and his eyes had been gored, he still battled on so bravely. Fling your caps in the air and give three ringing cheers for Cahalane and the boys from Castlehaven. There was Tompkins the Great with Maguire his mate, reinforced by the brilliant John Cleary. Mick Burns with Hart Stout he was there, have no doubt, with Skibbereen's superstar Mick McCarthy. The game it was tough, for football can be rough, but the rest of the county did save us. Though great men made it sound, we all knew we could depend on the skid lad of the great Tony Davis. Skibbereen is on fire, they have their heart's desire. Sam Maguire is back home where he came from, and if we have our way he will have a long stay, for he was far away, far, far too long. No, never was seen a game played so clean, not even one day was it taken. Forever will we sing of the great football kings, Cahalane and the boys from the Haven. Hear the news, all you great football men, the All-Ireland is over once again. County Cork, they went forth to play County Mayo, with Cahalane and the boys from Castlehaven. Though his limbs they were sore and his eyes had been gored, he still battled on so bravely. Fling your caps in the air and give three ringing cheers for Cahalane and the boys from the Haven.
Castlehaven hit the headlights now and hit them with a bang. It left Cork City reeling, but who cares or gives a hang? Now isn't it only proper to give every club its due? For our boys they won the county, their colours white and blue. These boys our latest heroes from two seaside hamlets came. They went up to the city to play the final game. We salute their clubs and trainers, their players and county stars. It's now the mighty Havens and not the famous Bars. The Bars they were hot favourites when they came into the field. They thought their task was simple, but the Havens wouldn't yield. The Bars put on the pressure, but the Havens stood the test. And after 16 minutes, sure our West Cork men were best. So here's to all those gallant lads, to you we give a bow. And don't forget the women folk went home to milk the cow. Remember to our dead and gone, in spirit they will near. And I may be sure if Butcher lives, he'll have the final cheer. Your triumph on the field of play, you really did us proud. So that Sunday evening Park we sing your praises loud. So well we ought, for you have brought memories to us dear, to lift our film and banish gloom and fill us all with cheer. For all time we'll remember how Cork won the Sam Maguire, with 5 men from the Haven in the red and white attire. And it was well we remember that summer long and fine, when Havens won the county in October '89.
adımlar önce. Tüm canlı.
Good evening and welcome to the official opening of the splendid GA grounds here in Castlehaven. Grounds which will be known as Pairc, Gleann, Bhearrachain, situated in Bhearrachain. A dream surely that has come true for all the hard work and dedicated officers of Castlehaven GA Club. Some people would have imagined that winning the county championship last year in Páirc Uí when they beat St Finbarrs was an achievement that could never be surpassed. But when one looks around this splendid pitch on this evening, and when one realises that 5 or 6 short years ago all we had out there was a mixture of rocks, some very, very soft bog and some very uneven land, this surely is a miracle in itself. Again, the efforts of so many people made all of this possible. And in a few moments' time, we will have the official opening, which will be performed by the chairman of the Cork County Board, Mr. Dennis Conroy. And reading through the splendid programme which was produced for this auspicious occasion, the club here in Castlehaven are greatly indebted to him for the advice he has given them from time to time. The match this evening is between the Ulster champions Donegal and the Munster champions Cork. And what a fitting tribute it is that a Castlehaven player will lead out the Cork team. I suppose one can wonder and wonder, but when you think back to 1969 and all you had in Castlehaven were a team that was competing in the Junior B Football Championship of the Southwest Division. They did not have a ground, just a Junior B team. And look what you have today. Surely it's an example to all and sundry. What can be achieved when the bodies are willing. The amount of money that has been raised has been fantastic. To add to this wonderful occasion this evening, we have St Faulkner's Silver Band from Skibbereen, provided us with some music before the official opening will take place. Occasion, we have Bishop Buckley Father John Walsh, the parish priest here, the Reverend Dr. Richard Henderson. We have Jerry Swanton, chairman of the Skibbereen UDC.
Just before we start the Green there, I would ask if everyone would move to both sides so that the opening of the official opening can be observed. Thank you very much. The Green there, Wartlum, Kate Milfalcher, a Cork, Bhearrachain and Shahanjo. Kunshaw had agus Gleann the Triorum, on Pairc, agus on Ford New Orleans, Shaw. I call the Osculch. There are no coach, Starrowell, Shaw. Couldn't force you for left, Riff Furren, Donegal, agus a Hefiki, a Hornick, co-father, and Shaw. The Suragam, a Wincher, Donegal. The Sulagam, Comaniship Canal, a Sport Fanocton Shaw, agus Gamay, Torres, Lawn, Awalya, Agav. Bishop Buckley, Reverend Fathers, Dr. Richard Henderson, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend a very warm welcome to all of you here this evening. I wish to welcome all our guests, all our invited guests, the two teams, Donegal and Cork, and their officials, and particularly Donegal, who have obliged us by travelling so far to be part of this opening. It is indeed a great occasion for our club, our parish, and our whole community to be present and to witness this beautiful sight here this evening. It's a marvellous achievement for a small community to have such a beautiful facility. So much work and financial assistance from our loyal supporters and from many others within the barony of West Cork and beyond went into making this venture what it is. May it be a memorable evening for our club, our parish and our players. I think it's only fitting that we should pay a special thanks to John O'Sullivan, who sold this property in the first instance to us in 1985. He was a man who only came recently to the parish at that particular time, and it was a grand gesture on his part to make the land available to us. Because even though there is a lot of good and fertile land in the parish of Castlehaven, there is very little land that would be suitable for a football ground. We spotted this and we asked him for it, and he duly obliged. I would like also to pay a tribute and say thanks to the trustees of the Blackfield for making their field available to us all down through the years. It was there that we started and played many of our games and did most of our training, and then we are very grateful for giving us their facilities. I would now like to thank the chairman of the county board for his help and his interest in the development of this facility and grounds. When we first acquired it, he came here a number of times to inspect it and who advises on how best to go about developing it and how to receive the various grants that are available to us. And I would also, on this, like to thank the County Secretary, who also helped us very much in our endeavours. And finally, I don't want to wait too long because we must get started. The mentors are anxious to get going at 8 o'clock. So I would like to say thanks very much to our board and founders and former players and those who first founded the club of Castlehaven. Only for them we wouldn't have this facility today or have a football team at all or a club. So to those we say thanks very much. To all who helped in developing it down through the many weeks and years, I would also thanks very much. And with those few words I will say thanks to everybody, and I would ask Father Welch and Dr. Richard Henderson, first Father Welch, to perform the blessing for the opening. Thank you very much.
The Lord created the universe and filled it with delights. Father, the people of God, we are called to join in the task of creation by building up the kingdom. This place which we dedicate today will help us to do that, by restoring us in body and in mind, by drawing us together in community, and by instilling in our young people qualities of courage, cooperation, and cordiality. The intercession. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who fills with joy the years of our youth. Give our young people health and strength. Lord, hear us. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who delights in the company of humankind. Show us how to relate with each other in true solidarity. Lord, hear us. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who endow the human body with beauty and skill, or just through the Spirit to put our energy to the service of others. Lord, hear us. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who encourages us to use our talents. Fill with your grace and integrity our leisure and our play. Lord, hear us. Blessed are you, Lord our God, who will dance with us on the day of the Lord. Be with our youth in their sport and recreation. Lord, hear us. Let us pray. Living God, may the faith we dedicate today build up humanity, community, and health among our people. May the competitions, the games, the contests to be played here encourage emulation and achievement, not recrimination and bitterness. May the various events to be scheduled here bring us together rather than keep us apart. May we strive for the prize that lasts. May our leisure and recreation play part in building the kingdom of your love and joy. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Now, Dr. Richard Henderson.
Let us pray. O God, whose truth is the only sure foundation of the nations of the world, pour out your Holy Spirit, we beseech you, upon this nation, that it may be a place of wisdom and strength, of peace and security, and so be a witness to the world. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. And I ask you to remember those who are unable to play sport. O God, we give you grateful thanks for the joy which sports can bring. And as we are about to pray your blessing on the new grounds and pavilion here, we remember those who cannot play because of disability, sickness, or poverty. Grant them courage in their disappointment, and grant us generosity in our enjoyment. Through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. And now may God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit bless these new grounds and sports pavilion, and give to all who use them good recreation, honest competition, and restoration in the midst of busy lives. This we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
And now for the sprinkling of the holy water.
Bishop Buckley, great friend of the G, great friend of many sporting organisations.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Thanks very much. Now we call on Chairman of the County Board, Dennis Conroy, to say a few words, and he'll be brief because the time is up. Thank you very much.
Great friend of Castlehaven.
It gives me great pleasure to be here today to open what to me is one of the finest fields that I have seen in this county. If you were here with me when this field was to be developed, and when work started here a couple of years back, you would see the great work that has been done by quite a few number of men. To turn out a field as such as this, to be the credit that it is to a team that are county champions, who are Munster champions, and with a care should have been All-Ireland champions. Nobody but themselves lost it. They can't beat the team that beat them. That was the Castlehaven that I knew. That was the Castlehaven I want to know in the years that have to come. And I sincerely hope that the game we see here will be a good, honest-to-God football team from the Castlehaven and Donegal tonight. But let us see every game played as that should be played, with the same love for the Gaelic Athletic Association. And as I now dedicate this field to Common Low Castle, let us always remember this was built for the youth of West Cork. I sincerely hope that they will give us what we expect from them. Long live Castlehaven and its club.
And this is where the dream becomes a reality, the official opening of Pairc and Bhearrachain by Dennis Conroy. There it is, for all to see. Indeed a proud moment for the chairman of the club, Ned Cleary. I would imagine that a few older people here tonight who remember the days gone by will shed a tear. Now this is one fabulous occasion. And onto the field come the Donegal team, recently crowned Ulster champions. A guard of honour being supplied by the juvenile section of the Castlehaven club, being led out by their powerful midfielder Anthony Malloy. Following them out, team out there, very successful manager Brian McAniff. And as they run onto the field, they get a very generous round of applause from what I would imagine would be a very sporting set of supporters here tonight. Prior to the game, there was a number of injury scares, and here comes the Cork team, led out by Larry Tompkins. He may not have been born in Castlehaven, but I can assure you he's a true blue and white at this stage.
Right full, John J. Doherty. Full back, Matt Gallagher. Left full, John Cunningham. Right half, Donald Reid. Centre back, Paul Cahill. Left half, Martin Goblin. Centre field, Anthony Molloy and Ryan Murray. Now there is a change at right half forward. Number 10 in your programme, this James McHugh. He is not playing. He will be replaced by Martin Corlin, who will wear number 16 jersey. Centre half forward, Martin McHugh. And left half forward, Joyce McMullen. Right full forward, Declan Boner. Full forward, Tony Boyle. And there is another change at left full forward, where Manus Boyle will not be playing. He will be replaced by Tommy Ryan, who wears number 15. The Donegal subs are Michael Kelly, Barry McGowan, John Gallagher, Tommy Ryan, Luke Gavigan, Martin Griffin, and Michael Laverty. And the Cork team. Some of you will have heard the names before, I'm sure. In goal, John Kearns. Right full, Jimmy Carrigan. Full back, Coleman Corrigan. Left full, Stephen O'Brien. Right half, Michael Slocum. There's a change at centre half back. Conor Coonan is not playing, but we are very glad to notice that he is here present this evening. At centre back instead will be Mark O'Connor of Bantry, who moves from the centre field position. And left half back will have Tony Nation. Centre field, Larry Tompkins. And Mike Burns of Union Hall. Most of you will have seen him before. Right half forward, Paddy Hayes. Centre half forward, Dave Barry. Left half forward, Barry Coffey. Right full forward, Paul McGrath. Full forward, Brendan Searles. And left corner forward, John Cleary from Castle Townsend. The Cork subs listed in the programme are Michael Maguire, Dennis Cleary, Liam Coonahan, Stephen Calnan and Noel Toomey. Thank you.
The referee for this occasion, John Mudaway, who I believe has connections here in the Castlehaven club with the Cleary family. And again, what a proud occasion it must have been for the Castlehaven club to have 3 players lining out here today for Cork, and also a number of players on the substitutes panel. Speaking to Conor Coonahan before the match, he made the point that there'll be very few players absent tonight, because when you see the strong panel that's out, and taking into account that there are a number of players absent because of championship commitments tomorrow and because of his own injury, one can realise the serious competition that are for places on the team, which will be facing Roscommon in the All-Ireland semi-final. Looking down the pitch, it's good to see Coleman Corrigan out there, talking about wearing the number 3 jersey tonight. Some people would be delighted to see him back in the full back berth. A player who has suffered his fair amount of injuries down through the years, but has never given up hope. As we get ready for the customary march behind the band, again the band, the St. Faulkner Silver Band from the neighbouring town of Skibbereen. And Larry Tompkins out in front to lead the team around, the Donegal captain for the night, Anthony Molloy, an ESB employee. And this match, as we said before, gives some of the Cork players who are injured for the Munster final a chance to re-establish themselves. Most notably out there, number 12, Barry Coffey, hoping for his place. And back from the States, we have Brendan Searles, who's playing in the role of full forward. Now when one looks across at the car park field, one realises the good support that the Castlehaven club got tonight, and indeed they deserve every bit of it. And I would imagine that in years to come, the feats achieved by this club over the past 5 years in the development of this pitch will be the topic of conversation at many a table, at many a bar counter. Teams break to get into their position. Another player out there hoping to maybe get back into the team. Jimmy Kerrigan playing at number 2, right cornerback. And judging by the way the flags are blowing, it would appear that the wind will favour Donegal in the first half. The referee, John Motherway, checks his watch, throws the ball in, and the game is on. The ball breaks in midfield. First to pick it up is Larry Tompkins. He looks up, sends a long ball into Dave Barry. Dave runs out, picks it up, a beautiful hand pass off to Michael Slope. Like he sends the ball into Brendan Searles at full forward. The ball goes out over the line wide ball on this occasion. Very good start by the Cork team. Ball won in midfield by Larry Tompkins, who played it onto the on-rushing, attacking right half back Michael Slocum, who laid it to Dave Barry. Brendan Searles unable to get it. Kick out to be taken by Gary Walsh. The Donegal goal. Good kick out. Larry jumps for it. And the ball comes to Barry Coffey. Barry looks up. Sends a high ball in. Brendan Searles underneath it. Rises, takes it down beautifully. As he goes in a sole run on his left foot. He's been well guarded there by Matt Gallagher. He still has it. Plays a very good ball in. There we have it, the first score. Very well taken point indeed by John Cleary. And again, wasn't that a nice gesture? That the Castlehaven player should have tapped the ball over the bar for the Cork's first point. On that occasion there, Brendan Searles showing very well for the ball. Caught it clean in the air, held on to it, looked around. And when he saw the player running into position, laid it off beautifully. Again, the kick out to be taken by Gary Walsh. Drives it down the far side of the field there, rising to it there. The ball breaks in midfield and Paddy Hayes, the bandage on, and he picks it up and passes it out. As far as Larry Tompkins, who plays it. And comes as far as Michael Burns. Michael trying to control it, still has it. Ball is taken away from him. It comes as far as John Cleary. John is tackled. He still holds on to it, plays out as far as Paddy Hayes. Paddy looks up. It's on his weak foot. A dangerous probing ball, a clash between the full-back and the goalie, and it comes as far as Paul McGrath and the Bishopstown player. A mix up there in defence between the Gary Walsh and Matt Gallagher. The ball broke and the Bishopstown star was running in and with his right foot belted it into the back of the net to leave the score after just 2 minutes of play. Donegal, no score. Cork 1-1. Third kick out. Right, it's fit. Larry Tompkins again gets up to it. This time it comes as far as Donald Reid. Donald is looking up, plays it back as far as his centre back Paul Cahill. Pass into the probing ball in, comes as far as Declan Bonner. Declan lays it off as far as this to the start of the team, Martin McHugh. This time it goes wide. First wide for Donegal. One would definitely have to point out that the conditions, particularly the windy conditions, will make football difficult enough to play on the night. We're saying going, if you're a good player, you can play in any kind of conditions. You can kick out, taking Paddy Hayes rise for it, but it's taken from him in this occasion. And again, it comes as far as Martin McHugh. Martin goes the sole run with his left foot, tries to get inside the Cork defence, plays it out as far as Joyce McMullen. Joyce plays a beautiful ball in. This time it's a better one, and it goes over the bar. Very well taken point indeed. By the left half back, Martin Shovlin. Very well taken indeed. The Board Telecom employee coming up the field from his half back position, taking the pass from Martin McHugh and over the bar. Then a goal between the sides. John Kearns gets ready to take the kick out. This is a long one from John. The riser there, Larry Tompkins rises for it, but it's taken down by Anthony Malloy. Anthony goes a solo run, turns it around and plays it to centre back, Paul Cahill. Paul plays it down the left side. It looks like it's going out over the line. Indeed it does so. Line ball taken by Jimmy Kerrigan. Jimmy looks up. It's a high ball in. As far as Paul McGrath, but it's taken from Paul in this day by John Cunningham, the builder. Plays it back as far as Matt Gallagher, who drives a long ball up. And coming out to meet it there is Coleman Corrigan, very well taken indeed. Coleman plays it outside. Jimmy Kerrigan. Jimmy looks up, plays it over this side here. Will it be taken down by Barry Coffey? Yeah, Barry keeps it in play in as far as John Cleary. Barry Coffey runs on, takes the pass. Still goes through. Goes for the score. And the umpire signals. Has gone out for a wide ball. Again, well played up the side of the field. A good ball from Jimmy Carrigan up as far as Barry Coffey. Kept it in play in as far as John Cleary. John laid it back as far as Barry. But unfortunately, it didn't have the accuracy required. Kick out again to be taken by Gary Walsh into the middle of the field as their eyes straight there. This time it breaks the midfield, taken again by Anthony Malloy. Anthony plays a long ball in, a probing ball, and coming out and Stephen O'Brien miss it, and they're going to solo Tony Boyle, and this time from what I would imagine to be very, very close angle indeed. He drives it wide and led off there for the Cork defence. Stephen O'Brien came out, somehow misjudged it. These things can happen in a match. It happened, I think, Barry Coffey one time. He won Man of the Match award afterwards. Kick out to be taken by John Kearns. Playing this side of the field. Michael Burns breaks it down. Barry Coffey tries to get it up, succeeds in doing so. Looks for a bit of support. John Motherway blows the whistle, gives a free. As Barry Coffey calls one of the forwards to him. And this time he leaves it behind the free to be taken by Tony Nation. Tony looks up. That's beautifully broken down by Paddy Hayes in as far as Dave Barry, who flicks in the ground as far as Michael Slocum. Michael tries to get it down and only onto it. Paddy Hayes couldn't control it properly, and Gary Walsh plays it out as far as John Cunningham, who plays it out as far as Martin Shovlin with the left foot. Yes, this time it's intercepted by Mark O'Connor. Playing it centre half back, coming in for the... I'll take you up to position. Centre back in place of the injured Conor Conahan. Shoulder injury. Very well won again by Coleman Corrigan. Right, Mark O'Connor on the ball. A beautiful probing ball in as far as Dave Barry. David is tackled on this occasion by Paul Cahill, and the ball breaks as far as Martin McHugh, who plays it out as far as Joyce McMullen, a very good player indeed, who shoots and outside, a second wide, third wide for Donegal. Joyce McMullen, a good player indeed. Took that ball very well from Martin Björg McHugh. Again with the kick out to be taken by John Kearns. Plays it out the far side as far as Michael Slocum picks it down, gives it to Larry Tompkins. Larry looks up, plays the ball in the general direction of Brendan Searles. Brendan tries to get it away, and coming out onto it is John J. Doherty. John picks it up. Looking out here for this side to his right half back partner, Donald Reid. Donald goes in a solo run, they're calling for it. This time he gives it to Paul Cahill. Paul Cahill, sorry, I beg your pardon, Brian Murray, the Dublin based Garda. Brian plays it back. Now Donald Reid and rush onto it. Martin McHugh plays a long ball in. Dangerous probing ball. Stephen O'Brien makes sure of it out as far as Barry Coffey. Barry looks up. Dave Barry calling for it on the ground and gets it. So polished on the ball. Beautiful flick on as far as Paddy Hayes. Wonderful to see him back as far as Dave Barry. Dave plays in here as far as John Cleary. John looks up. Plays a lovely ball in as far as Dave Barry, but it's knocked away from him. The referee blows his whistle and judges Paul Cahill the Donegal centre half back to a foul. Dave Barry, a free in. And the free to be taken by John Cleary. John taps it over the bar, his second point of the game. Again, a beautiful ball there from Dave Barry. With 8 minutes gone, the scoreboard reads 1-2 to Cork. Point to Donegal. The kick out again to be taken by Gary Walsh. Long kick out. Mark O'Connor breaks it down, but it's picked up by his opposite number, Paul Cahill. Paul plays it down the far side of the field. Referee blows his whistle. Yes, indeed, there was a foul there committed on Declan Bonner by Stephen O'Brien. Declan having switched corners. And the free, I would imagine, to be taken by Martin McHugh, the publican. A low ball in as far as breaks far as the full forward. A foul committed there. Foul committed by Stephen O'Brien. And Tony Boyle won that ball rather easily. Likes to take the free himself. The simplest of tasks, and taps it over the bar to leave just one goal between the sides. 1-2 to 2 points. We look around the pitch, we can see some of the hoardings. I'm sure companies who contributed generously to the funding of this fabulous field. And when also one looks at the field, one has to look at this beautiful pavilion here to my right. What a fantastic structure it is. Kick out to be taken. Rising for it, Barry Coffey breaks it. This time it's taken by Marty Conlon. And coming out to meet it is Stephen O'Brien. Out ahead of his man there, Coleman Corrigan calls for it. The McCrumpian plays it out as far as Paddy Hayes. Paddy, beautiful ball, a treading ball, plays it quickly. Looking for Barry Coffey. Barry's overplayed it there slightly and it's got up by Matt Gallagher. Matt plays it out as far as Joyce McMullen, who plays it back to him. The short game that Donegal play out as far as Marty Conlon. Play down to the far corner, taken there by Manus Boyle, a very good player indeed. Manus plays it back as far as Martin Shovlin. Martin's still on it. Scored one of the points and it goes out over the line, and it's a line ball. Lineman over there, Edmund Cleary. Adjusts a cut ball, a rather dangerous, awkward kick. But the ball comes as far as Martin McHugh. Martin quickly plays on to Joyce McMullen. Joyce goes in a solo run, still has it, surrounded by two Cork players, plays it back as far as Martin McHugh. Martin kicks a high, dangerous looking ball in, and it goes over the bar to give Donegal their third point. Coming back more into the match at this stage. Cork started very well, but Donegal settling now and coming back more into it. Barry Coffey there running through. Probably would have been better to take the option of fist pass it, delayed it, that's fraction of a second, and use the boat instead. We come back to the play. John Cairns kicks it out. Rising, Dave Barry stays down, and Dave Barry breaks. It's picked up by Paddy Hayes. How was he supposed to play it on that occasion? But Paddy Hayes, the referee, John Motherway, pronounces that Paddy had travelled too far, and the free, which will be taken from the ground by the centre half, Paul Cahill. Kicked it high. They're rising for it there, and it's knocked down by Stephen O'Brien, and it comes as far as Declan Bonner. Declan looks up. Is he going to get it onto his left foot? And it comes as far as Martin McHugh. Martin again, another one of those long balls. This time drops out wide. Definitely a Martin McHugh player that needs close attention. Very good player indeed. One of the better known Donegal players. And they will play the winners of tomorrow's Leinster final in the All-Ireland semi-final. Kick out take by John Kearns. They're rising there for it. Larry Tompkins pushes on the back. Yes, indeed, Larry, was a foul. Pushing Anthony Malai. And the free, which will be taken by right half back. Very good footballer indeed, Donald Reid. Creamery manager. Plays it quickly. And again, it comes off the man. They play the 1-2. As far as the Dublin base Garda. It comes back to the full forward, who kicks a very, very good point indeed. Tony Boyle over the bar. They played a very good 1-2 there. They play a lot of the shot passing game, as we saw in the Ulster final, which is very well covered by BBC Northern Ireland for us southern viewers. And we get our first chance to see Frank Cogan in his new role as Cork coach this afternoon, giving the instructions. Again, John Kearns. Stan tries it out the far side of the field. They rise there to it. Michael Burns gets up for it, but it's knocked away from him. Committed was Dave Barry. Ball goes out over the line. Line ball. Edmund Cleary decides it was a Donegal ball, and the ball quickly taken. Free quickly taken by Martin, shoveling out as far as Declan Bonner. Declan fouled by Stephen O'Brien, his third foul. Coming across to take it the full forward. 2 points already. Tony Boyle. No relation to Manus Boyle, who's listed on the programme but unable to play. Also unable to play is Martin McHugh's brother James. Running across to take Anthony Malai. Larry Tompkins follows him. Tony Boyle decides that he's going to have a cut off this himself. Floats it across. There it is. Over the bar. And with a quarter of an hour gone, the scoreline reads 1-2 to Cork, 4 points to Donegal. Beg your pardon, 5 points to Donegal. The eyesight is fading up here. Again, our thanks to Derry Donovan for supplying us with the platform and the commentary box, but it breaks down as far as Paddy Hayes. Paddy plays as far as Dave Barry, running through it. Larry Tompkins. Larry goes on a solo run, cutting across the media. Donald Reid. A beautiful taken point indeed. Is he not the best player in the country, running through like that and over the bar? A very well taken point. As Martin McHugh, the Donegal centre forward, came back to cover him. It would appear that there's a switch with Paddy Hayes going to midfield and a switch with Michael Burns. Donald Reid plays it back to his number 2, John J. Doherty. Long ball down. This time, Michael Slocum. Michael Solo. Dave Barry, as he looks up in as far as Brendan Searles, as the chip up is completed by Barry Coffey. Barry sends a fisted ball in. Do I see Mark O'Connor in there? Picked up by Matt Gallagher, the full-back. Matt takes the free quickly. Forehand pass already in the balls at midfield to Martin McHugh. Running down the far side is the left half-back, but he plays it instead to the midfielder, Brian Murray. Brian Murray sends a high dangerous ball in, coming across Coleman Corrigan. Coleman is beaten on that occasion. It comes as far as Declan Bonner. Declan looks up. Is he going to tap it over the bar? Yes, indeed, he does so. To bring parity to the sides once again. We look around. Yes, we can confirm that switch has taken place. The switch between Paddy Hayes and Michael Burns. Michael gone to left half forward, to right half forward. Paddy Hayes out of midfield. Again, John Kearns. He spotted Larry Tompkins that occasion. Donald Reid knocks it down for Larry, and it comes as far as Mark O'Connor. Mark's very strong player, fouled on that occasion. Looks up, plays a probing ball in as far as John Cleary, but John J. Doherty comes out, knocks it away from him. Comes as far as Martin Shovelin, who plays it out here as far as Anthony Malai. Anthony gets it onto his left foot. He's looking up all the time. Plays it behind to Martin McHugh. This is very much part of their short game. Mark O'Connor stays with him, attempts to block it down and cutting it out there. Michael Slocum, Larry Tompkins. Larry goes on a solo run. Thought it was going to be taken off him there, but he recovers. Man doesn't give up easily. Spots Paddy Hayes. Paddy goes on a solo run on this occasion. Is he going to go for his own score? Why not? With talent like that, you can do things like that. Excellent score. But again, the ammunition being supplied by Larry Tompkins. Just as the ball was taken from him, as it appeared the ball would be taken from him, he won it back. Laid a beautiful pass onto the onrushing Paddy Hayes. One of the nice characters of Gaelic football. Good to see him back in full bill of health. Anthony Milloy. His time is taken by Tony Nation as far as Davy Barry. Didn't see the instant. Tony Nation on the ground. Brendan Searles sends the ball across with his right. Goalie coming out with. Dangerous ball. Nearly hops off his chest. Quickly plays it out as far as the left corner back. Very well worked out indeed on that occasion. Frank Hogan in. The ball taken off the John Cunningham there. It comes as far as in here as far as John Cleary. John being well marked on this occasion. Does the solo, turns inside, turns his man. Plays a shot pass out as far as Paul McGrath. Paul gets up, plays it beautifully to Dave Barry. Yes, the goalie picks it up on that occasion. It was a lovely chip. Plays out as far as Martin Shovlin. Martin, the drop left-footed kick into midfield. Taken there by Mark O'Connor, but he comes as far as the Donegal centre-back who plays up inside the field to the roving full forward. Tony Boyd being well polished by Coleman Corrigan. Tries to get inside Coleman. Coleman keeps him outside. Declan Bonner runs outside him. Stephen O'Brien trying to shovel him. He gets inside him. He get this onto his left foot. Fisted across. Yes. Fisted wide on that occasion. One of the first attempts I've seen at that. Fisting the ball over the bar, which is allowed under the new rules. Declan Bonner causing some problems in there for the Cork defence. So we look around. The umbrellas go up as John Kearns gets ready to take the kick out. 20 minutes gone. Donald Reid rises as far as Anthony Malloy. Anthony puts it onto the left foot, a drop kick in. It comes as far as Stephen O'Brien, and Jimmy Kerrigan comes across to take it. Comes and plays it out at Tony Nation. And as far as Larry Tompkins, out as far as Jimmy Kerrigan, they're running through. Jimmy plays it as far as John Cleary. Barry Coffey running inside him. Turns inside, hops it, plays a long ball in as far as Larry. It's taken. Brendan Searles trying to take it, still has it in there. Brendan seems to be foul, but he tries to go through this time. The left-footed player. Played a lot of his football in America. And gives it to Larry. Left-footed over the bar.
So point there for Larry Tompkins. No play has gone back and it's a sideline to Donegal. So the right corner back here, take it, John Doherty. And it's a short one up, trying to find a colleague, which he does. And he beats Paul McGrath, and the left-footed clearance right up the field, long delivery, but it's cut out about there by Jimmy Kerrigan. And ball has worked its way up midfield. Mark O'Connor up to the right corner, but it's fisted away there from Brendan Searles. And Donegal under pressure, field out to the wing, and again the Donegal style, short ball up, and again there it's the full forward Tony Boyle coming out, gaining possession. Again, soling upfield, Martin McHugh, and a left-footed kick from about 40 metres out, and a sail straight over the bar. A marvellous point there for Donegal. That'll give them heart, and it's noticeable now that Donegal are coming more into the game. So a very, very good point there from a difficult angle from Donegal. So it's John Kearns now facing and preparing to take this kick out. We expect this will end midfield. John is a very good kicker of a dead ball. So up he comes, and it lands midfield, forwards and backs, or forwards right for it there, and it's Donegal who get the break, and it's fed back to Paul Cahill. He feeds it out the wing, but that beats him, his man there, and Michael Burns leaves it there to Mick Slocum. And the referee, meanwhile, the referee's whistle has gone, and he's calling for the ball back. Play is going to be called back, and it's going to be a throw-in. So referee throws the ball in between Paddy Hayes and Larry Tompkins, and the ball is broken down to Donegal, no, it comes to Cork, and it's fed up the wing up to Brendan Searles, but he's beaten there in the left corner position by John Cunningham, and he feeds it out to his centre fieldman Brian Murray. A long delivery up towards his forwards, but it's cut out there by Coleman Corrigan. Michael Burns feeds it into Paddy Hayes, and Paddy Hayes lets it up towards the forwards, but again cut out again there by John Cunningham, and fed up to the wing there, where the number 17 is back there, comes out for Barry McGowan, or the number 16, Martin Corlin. He feeds it up again, Donegal working the ball up, and again another long range effort for Donegal, and yes, it's gone straight over the bar. Marvellous point there for Donegal, and that further cuts the deficit. And it is noticeable there that the in the centre that Cork are being beaten regularly in the centre back position and full back position. Tony Boyle giving Coleman Corrigan quite a time when he moves out. So John Kearns with this long kick again, landing beyond midfield, ball breaks forward, but again there's the number 6 Paul Cahill collect the ball and feed it up again towards his forward, and there again is Tony Boyle out to the ball first, beating Coleman Corrigan. He a short ball, but that's cut out by the Cork backs, and there's Dave Barry back on his own half back line. He feeds it up towards Michael Burns, and Michael Burns gives it to Larry Tompkins. Larry looks around and tries to place the ball towards the forward, which he does to John Cleary. John Cleary feeds Barry Coffey, and Barry Coffey up the left wing up to Brendan Searles. So Searles trying to get away from his man here, and he feeds it in again back to Paul Cahill, and he in turn there gets hooshed out over the sideline. I think that'll be free into Cork, which Paul Cahill is, or Paul McGrath is anxious to take. But the referee's calling back the play, and Larry Tompkins will take this sideline. So Cork, captain of course today by Larry Tompkins, our own Castlehaven man. A unique distinction indeed to be captaining Cork on their own grounds. So this free, 21 metres out, so Larry will be hoping to land it in somewhere around the square, not indeed to score. So in landing in on the edge of the big parallelogram there, forwards and backs rise for it, but it goes off the Donegal fullback there, Matt Gallagher, and it's a 45 to Cork. And Michael Burns will tee it up there for Larry. So Larry on his home sod here in Bhearrachain, he has kicked many the point from somewhere around there before. John Motherway, referee, showing Larry exactly where. So Larry will line up this 45 metre kick well within his range. Larry is well known for his long range kicks. We'll all remember the Munster finals and his pressure kicks. So Larry comes up to this one, plenty of height, plenty of distance, as it the accuracy it has, straight over the bar. So there's another point for Cork, again nudging them that little bit ahead again. So we prepare for the next kick out from Gary Walsh. Again, his effort should be landing somewhere around midfield, and Cork had their hands full at midfield there with Anthony Malloy and Brian Murray, two very big men. So the ball landing on centre field, and it's Donegal gaining possession, and it is a long kick up towards the half back line. Again, the Tony Boyle there has the beating of Coleman Corrigan, and Cork back foul there, and Stephen O'Brien voicing his opinion there. And indeed Coleman Corrigan was lucky there, because he certainly fouled Tony Boyle going through, but as it works out it's a free out to Cork on their own 15 metre line there. So John Kearns is waiting for the ball to come back, and this will be free out to Cork. Cork quite lucky there on that occasion. I think Donegal would consider that they earned free in. So as we approach half time, it's John Kearns with this free from his own 15 metre line. A good long kick again, landing midfield. Centre fielders rise for it, and the ball breaks back to a Mick Slocum. He in turn lets out a long delivery out towards the wing, towards John Cleary, but that beats him, gone out over the sideline. So John, another Castlehaven man of course, has figured in the scoring and sets up a few scores already as well. So it's the cornerback there, John Doherty, taking the sideline short, one to his midfield partner, number 9 there, Brian Murray, but the referee calls for half time. So Pairc will troop their way off for a well-earned rest. There's Matty Hayes with his bandaged knee. And Tony Nation, indeed, Christy Collins, our own selector. And John Clary. And welcome.
At the Senior Football Challenge match, which has been played to mark the official opening of Pairc Bhearrachain here in Castlehaven. And at half time, the scoreline needs 1-6 to Cork, 8 points to Donegal. We notice one change of the Donegal team coming in, wearing number 18, John Gallagher, instead of the Dublin-based Garda, Brian Murray. As we wait the arrival of the Cork team onto the field, we had to change our broadcast position into the pavilion. And as I look around here again, one has to compliment the people of Castlehaven on a fabulous pavilion indeed. John Motherway blows his whistle. I would imagine anxious to get the game started, because at this time of the year light begins to fade. And we are reminded that the maybe long days of summer are about to end. And Cork team make their return to the playing field. Don't see any new faces coming out of the dressing room as James O'Neill organises things down there. A very efficient secretary indeed of this club. Sean Murphy, selector, comes out. And John Gallagher taking up his position at midfield. I see Noel Toomey coming onto the field. Noel Toomey going to corner forward instead of Paul McGrath. Into Paul McGrath's corner. Paul McGrath still playing as we follow the action. Comes to John Gallagher. John plays it out to this side of the field here. Coming out to take it, the corner forward, taken away from him by Jimmy Kerrigan, who plays it down the side of the field here. And it comes as far as Martin Shovlin. Martin is tackled by Paul McGrath. Paul, who moved out to the left wing instead of Michael Burns. Michael not starting the second half, I would imagine. And this taken by Barry Coffey. Barry plays a deep ball in as far as the left corner, as far as John Cleary, but coming out there to take it is the Donegal full-back Matt Gallagher. Matt plays it short as far as Donald Reid. Donald sends a long ball up as far as Declan Bonner. Declan goes on a solo run, plays it across the field, still holds on to it, decides to go himself on a solo run, plays it out to the left corner. Coming out there to it was Tony Boyle, and going back Stephen O'Brien plays it beautifully, worked out the defence, and it comes as far as Barry Coffey. Barry plays it across the field and running out immediately. Macrompim, Noel Toomey. This time Noel is beaten by John Cunningham, who plays it out as far as the number 16, Martin Carlin. Martin is fouled by Dave Barry. The resultant free to be taken by the ace marksman Martin McHugh. Still a point between the sides. He tries to take it. It would appear that he's attempting to take a short one. Decides to kick it long instead. Out this outfield. And again, Tony Boyle coming out to it. Tony tries to get a shot in. A very, very good point indeed, as Donegal come back on level terms. Scoreline on this occasion 1-6 to 9 points. My scorekeeper here to the right, keeping an eye on things. Kick out to be taken again by Michael Maguire. Hadn't noticed that. He placed John Cairns in goal for the second half. A very good kick out by Michael Maguire. Taken down by Anthony Malloy. Anthony still has it, plays it as far as Martin McHugh, who come back into a deep position. This time it's brought out by Mark O'Connor. Mark gives it to Larry Tompkins, who plays it out the side of the field and running out with it. This time it's Noel Toomey, hops over his head. Second time this has happened. And is he going to hop out over the line? It's booted out over the line indeed. It would appear also that Barry Gowan is in the game for Donegal. quickly taken by Martin Shovlin as far as John Gallagher. John quails it quickly as far as Barry Gowan, who plays it in, and unceremoniously taken down there Tony Boyle. The referee decides to let play go on as Paul McGrath, goal scorer in the first half, goes on a solo run, still has it. This time, when it looked easier to kick it over the bar, Paul kicked it out to the goalkeeper's right, and it went out for a wide ball, and still the score line: Cork 1-6, Donegal 9 points. Well, again, a very important facet of the Castlehaven club are a very, very hard-working ladies committee who behind me are preparing a brilliant meal here for two teams tonight. The ball is kicked out as far as midfield. It comes as far as the substitute, John Gallagher. John still has it. His kick is blocked down by Davy Barry. Comes as far as Paddy Hayes. Paddy plays as far as Mark O'Connor. Mark plays a low probing ball in, but it's taken out by Donald Reid, who plays it quickly as far as John Gallagher. John plays as far as Martin McHugh. Gets onto his left foot, plays a long ball up as far as Declan Bonner. Declan Bonner. They're struggling for it. Jimmy Kerrigan gets it up. Jimmy fist passes it out as far as Paddy Hayes, who plays as far as Barry Coffey. Barry still has it, looking for a player to give it to. This time, yes indeed, the referee spotted a foul on Paul McGrath. Bit of an alteration taking place there. Ball taken from Donald Reid. Paul McGrath looks up. The engineer with PJ O'Hagerty's. This time the free will be taken from the ground by Michael Slocum. Michael sends a lovely ball. It's coming as far as Brendan Searles. Brendan knocks it down, but it's taken by the Donegal number 5, Donald Reid, who plays out as far as Martin Shovlin, who plays as far as number 17. Barry Gowan plays it back as far as Martin Shovlin, and looking in as far as Martin Malloy, but it's knocked away from him. It's playing on the ground as far as one of their better players tonight, Tony Boyle. Plays out as far as Declan Bonner. Declan plays it back as far as Martin McHugh. Martin goes on a solo run with his left, with his right, turns inside, hits it with his left. Is this going to go over? Yes, indeed. Very good point indeed from the boot of the ace marksman, centre forward Martin McHugh, whose brother, normally James, plays on the right wing tonight, unable to play because of injury sustained in the match against Kerry yesterday, which incidentally Donegal had little difficulty in winning. Kick out to be taken. Mick Maguire into midfield. Their rise for it. Matt Malloy, but it's knocked down as far as Mark O'Connor. Mark, a very high challenge indeed as he solos through and gives it as far as Larry. Yes, Larry kicks it, and again, as usual, the white flag goes up. Very good point indeed by Larry Tompkins. With 6 minutes gone, 1-7 to 10 points. Side still level. And the kick out again to be taken by Gary Walsh. Gary plays at the far side. Bit of a struggle there as the rain begins to come down. Hopefully it won't be too heavy. We wouldn't want to spoil this beautiful occasion as Larry takes the kick himself. Strikes it long and high. But unfortunately for the Cork people, also wide. As we look down there and we see Conor Conahan, unable to play tonight because of injury. But no doubt about it, he'll be back for the All-Ireland semi-final. Player of his heart doesn't give up that easily. Again, Gary Walsh takes the kick out. Rides with there, John Gallagher and Paddy Hayes, but he breaks as far as Martin McHugh, surrounded by 3 Cork players, plays it back as far as Anthony Malloy, who plays it as far as the centre half back, Paul Cahill. This time it's broken out as far as Paddy Hayes by Jimmy Kerrigan, come as far as Davy Barry. Beautiful player indeed. Does a little solo, sends a long ball in, it's coming as far as Noel Toomey, the Macrompian. And does he tap it over? No, he taps it just about 2 feet wide. Scored, the Cork could have done it on that occasion. Won the ball very well. His first real touch. Still the sides remain level as Gary Walsh kicks the ball out the far side. Referee blows his whistle The foul there committed on John Cleary. Needless foul indeed. The free will be taken again by Larry Tompkins. Larry takes it quickly as far as Davy Barry, who lays it back. Davy, the kick is blocked down by Anthony Malloy. Comes far as Paddy Hayes. Conditions becoming a little slippery out there. Davy Barry tries to control it. Yes, very well cleared there by Paul Cahill. And now to meet it, Mark O'Connor. And Tony Nation as far as Mark O'Connor. Mark playing very well tonight. One of the players fighting for his place in the team is coming as far as Martin Shovlin. Martin plays it long, up as far as the full forward line, but the danger is averted by Stephen O'Brien. Stephen plays it out as far as Mark O'Connor to Jimmy Callaghan. Jimmy into centre forward position. Davy Barry gets onto it, tries to control it on the ground. This time it comes as far as the other centre forward, Martin McHugh. Spots the man running outside him, the right half back, Donald Reid, who goes on a solo run. Is he going to go for his own score? Kicks it high, but again the umpire up there indicates that he's gone wide. So the score remains, after 10 minutes of play, 1-7 to the men from the Rebel County, 10 points to Donegal, newly crowned Ulster champions. Cameraman here to my left experienced all sorts of difficulties with the weather as the kick out is taken. Comes as far as Donald Reid, plays it back as far as John Gallagher. John Gallagher and Declan Bonner foul on that occasion there by Tony Nation.
So a kick out from Michael Maguire. Centre field go up for it, and it's Jimmy Kerrigan feeds up a low ball, but it's out off Paul McGrath. So it's a free to Cork. To be taken by Mick Logan. He gives up a short one to Dave Barry. He in turn finds Paddy Hayes. It's bad ball across the field and taken away by Donegal, and here they come raiding again, and pass interceptor there, and it's fed forward again, Stephen O'Brien, and it comes to Paul McGrath, and Paul is making his way up, long ball out towards the wing, out towards Noel Toomey, but that beats backs and forwards there. So you have Noel Toomey playing in the corner forward position there. A very cute, clever player, but as you can see, he is giving away quite a lot of height and weight to his opposite number. So it's a kick out there for Donegal, and conditions are beginning to worsen, and a heavy rain falling. So it's Gary Walsh, and the ball is broken forward by Paddy Hayes, and it is the diminutive McCrewman who flicks the ball across, but it's taken there by the Donegal backs, passed across goalmouth and being worked its way out again, and play is being steadied, and a long delivery out of defence, but there it is right by Mark O'Connor, who feeds Dennis Clare, another second half substitution. Dave Barry working it cross field, and again it's fed up to John Clary, and John Clary is brought to the ground about 25 metres out from goal, and I suppose John will take the free himself. No, that wasn't John Clary. It's John's coming up to take the free, and that shouldn't be any great difficulty for John either. Straight in front of the post, and he taps it over the bar, and that increases the Cork lead. So it's Gary Walsh again with this kick out, bring it out to the 21 metre line, and conditions have got quite wet, and you can see the umbrellas. So it's Gary Walsh with his left-legged kick, landing beyond midfield, ball broken there from Paddy Hayes down to Larry Tompkins, and Larry surges forward on a great solo run and unleashes a mighty kick and straight over the bar. A brilliant point there from Larry Tompkins, reminiscent of Munster final day here a couple of months ago, or sure, a month ago, 1st of July. A great point there from Larry, an inspiring captain indeed. But Larry and Paddy Hayes there midfield have stiff opposition there in Anthony Malloy and Brian Murray today. Two big men for the Donegal team there at midfield, and a great tussle all day there. Again, the ball is broken there, and it's Donegal who come away with this one. Ball fed up, and again it's the number 14. No, it's the number 9 there of Donegal being fouled, and they win a free about 35 metres out from goal. So it's a free to Donegal to be taken by Tony Boyle, lining it up, and forwards and backs take up their position. So about 35 metres, more or less straight in front of the post. Poor kick, low kick, and the ball is cleared out. And it's Larry Tompkins tapping the ball on his toe and directing the ball out towards Dave Barry, but he is beaten by his opposite number, and he's trying to make his way up field, but bit of missing there with Barry Coffey, and quick ball fed up again, and Donegal again pressing. Ball walked up the right wing, and again many passing movements there. Donegal passed the ball, weaves their way through, and a great effort there, and a great point from the right wing there from about 40 metres out, and a great point for Donegal, and that has been a feature of their play, particularly in the second part of the first half. Some long range kicking, and there was another example of it. So it's Michael Maguire with his kick out, again broken down there, and it's Donegal who are in possession again, and the ball being walked forward again, typical Donegal style, and it's being walked way in on their 30-metre line, and another kick, and this time it's wide. A nice interchange passing movement there from Donegal, and should have yielded a score, but the Donegal game seems to be quite a number of passing, perhaps maybe at times a little bit overdoing the passing, but nonetheless very attractive to watch. The ball is slipped there from Paddy Hayes' grasp, and it's the number 7 Martin Shovlin who gains possession, and it's a free in there to Donegal taken by Martin Corlin, and he leaves the ball to, I suppose, Donegal's best known player, Martin McHugh, the number 11 centre forward, publican by trade, and he feeds the ball into the left wing, and he gains possession back again. Martin McHugh trying to make his way through, but his way is blocked, and Paul McGrath intercepts, and the ball is with Michael Slocum now. He is soling out of defence and setting up a long ball, trying to set up another attack, and the ball is with the number 14 Brendan Searles, and he in turn is trying to set up Noel Tomei, but giving away too much size there, and the ball breaks back to the goalkeeper, and again the Donegal defence walk the ball nicely, passing movements out of defence. A rather crude charge there, and Dennis Clary, another Castlehaven man in the Cork team, feeds the ball across field, and it's taken by Brendan Searles, and he puts in a rather high pass there, but it comes to the number 12 Barry Coffey, and he slats it over the bar. So Barry Coffey has had quite a good game there today, but his scoring rate, I suppose, isn't as good as it might be. So it's a kick out to the Donegal men again, and the small landing midfield, and back forwards and tussle for it there, and the ball is fed up by Jimmy Kerrigan in towards the Cork forwards, and it's Brendan Searles in possession, and he tries a left-legged kick, but it's easily cut out there by the goalkeeper, and he feeds it to his cornerback, and he works the ball out on the left wing out here to number 16, which is Martin Corlin, and he is put under pressure by Brendan Searles, and the stand they find themselves, but again they work the ball out of the defence, and a long ball out that is cut out easily there by Dennis Clary, and he sets up the number 15, his brother of course, John Clary, cross ball, cross field there, and it's Donegal again in possession. And again, they work their way out of defence into attack up along the right wing, and trying to find holding possession out there is Tony Boyle, and he tries another long range kick, and it's held inside there by Michael Maguire, and he passes it out to Jimmy Kerrigan. So Cork, with Paddy Hayes in possession, move the ball up field, and it's Michael Slocum in possession on his own half back line. He lets out a long ball up towards Noel Toomey, who has race at the goalkeeper, and yes, the cute corner forward has finished it to the net, despite the efforts there of number 4, John Cunningham. So Noel Toomey, very speedy forward, very small by inter-county standards, very clever and fast, and there he used the speed, put through there by an excellent ball out of defence. So that further stretches the Cork lead there by that Noel Toomey goal. He plays his club football with Macroom. So it's a kick out there to the Cork, or to the Donegal, and it's Donegal in possession midfield. And it's the number 19, Michael Laverty, this ball, and it's worked forward again, and Donegal trying to make an opening, and it's fed into the number 17, and he in turn tries to set up another colleague, and not getting an awful lot of room for the Cork defence at the present time, still trying to make an opening, and it comes to number 8, and he feeds it in again to the number 19 inside Laverty, and he is brought to the ground by Jimmy Kerrigan, and it's free into Donegal. So Donegal with a lot of possession, trying to a lot of passing, but not getting an awful lot out of the defence on that occasion. It is notable there that the Cork defence has steadied up a good deal since Dylan Scleary has come in, and Gordon Corrigan has gone off, and a number of positional switches too, of course, in the Cork team. So conditions again, as I say, very difficult out there for the Cork players. There's Michael Maguire with this good kick out, beats backs and forwards and comes to the centre back there, Paul Cahill, who in turn leashes the long ball up to the full forward, and Donegal again trying to make an opening for themselves, and this ball goes narrowly wide, policed out there by Castlehaven and Cork goalkeeper Michael Maguire. So the tempo of the game, I suppose, is slowing down due no small way to the weather. So this kick out from Michael Maguire, again a long kick out around midfield, but again their big midfielder there fetches the number 8 Anthony Bloy, and he sets his forwards in motion, and it's Martin McHugh with this left-legged effort, and has he the range and the accuracy? No. So that ball goes wide. So again another kick out from Michael Maguire. It's notable there that Donegal have come more into the game in the last few minutes, but Cork are holding fast in defence. A quick ball out there, and it's another point there for Cork. So Cork, I think, at this stage will hold out for a comfortable win. Nice sharp movements from the Cork, more incisive from the Cork attack than from the Donegal attack. And Donegal have brought in their sub goalkeeper, and it's Larry Tompkins trying to set his forwards in motion. A long ball up towards Toomey, but he is whooshed off the ball by the Donegal Matt Gallagher fullback there, giving away a lot of height and certainly a lot of weight. So Harry Welsh with this kick out. Again, expecting to be landing this ball midfield. So here it comes.
Into midfield, Larry Tompkins pulls it down. No gloves in evidence. Larry is going to take this off the hand. And it goes out over the end line, a wide ball. pace of the game after slowing down considerably, but I suppose people cannot blame the players for that. Has been very wet out there for the past 10 or 15 minutes. But to Donegal, in fairness, them haven't given up. Again the kick out, held up there, running out onto it here. But it goes over the line, a line ball. This line ball be taken by Michael Slocum. One considers that 13 months ago he was on the Cork team. He plays it quickly in as far as Paul McGrath. Paul, left and right, equally effective with both. Dodges two of them, turns inside. Yes, wide ball. Very good player indeed with both feet. But on that occasion, his accuracy deserted him. Kick out. Ball comes as far as James McHugh. Plays it out as far as Martin Shovlin. There's John Gallagher. Martin Shovlin. John Gallagher gets onto it. Plays it out the far side. Anthony Malloy plays a quick ball in. Declan Bonner rushes onto it, still has it, tries to get onto his left foot. Number of left-footed players here on this Donegal side. Was as far as Martin Bjork. Anxious moments there for Moggy, but he wins it. And again Paul McGrath solos up the far side of the field. Player running on, knocked away from Mark O'Connor, and still Paul McGrath gets onto it. His way is blocked there, picks it off his right foot, but it's intercepted. Comes as far as Martin McHugh. Plays out as far as Anthony Malloy. Anthony looks up, waits for Martin McHugh to arrive on the scene from a rather difficult angle. Taps it over the bar. And we have Frank Cogan, newly appointed Cork coach. Frank Cogan leads. Paul McGrath, I would imagine it was just a knock. He hit against Anthony Malloy there going through, fell onto the ground. Despite the rain, ground probably had enough. Kick out taken. Anthony Malloy wins it there. Strong and forceful player. But his way is stopped by... And from... Which one's he? The ball comes as far as Tony Boyle, who plays it quickly out as far as Martin McHugh. At the left foot as Martin McHugh runs through. This time he still has it, and he kicks it this time with his right foot. Comes off the upright. Still danger in there for the Cork defence. As they cope there, very good defending again by Stephen O'Brien. Free out very well indeed. Hands out, didn't commit the foul. John Motherway comes in and award the free out, which will be taken again by Michael Maguire. Actual playing time is up, whatever time the referee will add on. For the injury to Paul McGrath, I would imagine not an awful lot. Michael Maguire takes it down. Comes as far as Anthony Malloy. Taken from by Paddy Hayes, showing great aggression. So he drives the long ball in. That is Brendan Searles. Then the ball is taken from him. Yes. Donegal defender takes it quickly. Plays it out here to this side. Running outside him is Donald Reid. Decides to send the long ball with his left foot. He goes out over the sideline and a line ball. Referee John Motherway looks at his watch. 4 points between the side. He blows his whistle and brings this historic game to a conclusion. The victors on this occasion being Cork. What are the odds of them meeting in an All-Ireland final? And as we sum up tonight on what was a wonderful and fabulous occasion for the officers, the supporters, the people of Castlehaven GA Club, tonight will be a night they'll be remembered for the opening of their fabulous pitch. And as we said at the start of the commentary, when one considers that 5 years ago all you had here was some very, very uneven land that the club acquired at a very reasonable price from a local farmer, and the work that they have done to convert into this fabulous pitch, they are to be complimented and credited. Donegal, fair play to them, travelled down to be part of this historic occasion. Victory wasn't theirs on the night, but I would imagine that the run out was very, very, or will prove very, very helpful in their preparations for the forthcoming All-Ireland semi-final. Similarly, the Cork players, maybe not all of them were fully extended, but the selectors will give them some food for thought, as a number of the players who came in tonight who weren't playing in the Munster final played very, very well indeed. Anthony Malloy out there, probably after meeting West Cork relation. His own presentations will take place later. On this fabulous GA grounds, we say good night and goodbye, and we wish the Castlehaven club every success, and hopefully they will achieve many victory and very many a successful training session on this beautiful pitch, and also a very many enjoyable nights will be had here in this beautiful pavilion that we use in the second half of our match commentary.
a kindest conversation passed between himself and me, and so I got acquainted with the turfman from we chatted very freely as we jogged along the road. Says he, my ass is tired and I want to sell my load. For I've had no refreshment since I left home, you see, and I'm wearied out of travelling, said the person from oh, the car I own, it must be made of the very best of wood. I do believe it was in use at the time of Noah's flood. The axle never wanted grease and wonder out trees. It's a good old Pairc axle, said the turfman from Bhearrachain. Oh, I oftentimes do abuse the beast with this old hazel rod. And though I own I've never yet left poor old Jack unshod, the harness now that's on his back was made by John McGee. Sure, he's dead is 40 years, said the turfman from Bhearrachain. Just then I heard a female voice, a voice I knew right well. Why they asking this old man his load of turf to sell? I shook that steady hand of his and bowed respectfully, and I hope to meet in future years the turfman from Bhearrachain.
Down to the valley so shady, whistle and sang till the greenwood rang, and he won the heart of a lady. Abby-do, abby-do, daddy, abby-do, abby-day. Whistle and sang till the greenwood rang, won the heart of the lady. Her father
father dear, but Lord of these lands are over. I'm gonna stay till my dying day with the whistling gypsy rover.
You know the Tawny Hospital in here, covering with the shoulder. He was put on the shoulder and he was carrying on the shoulder and he was taken down into Tawny Hospital, regional hospital in Tawny. Down in the shoulder and he was below and he was howling and shouting and crying. And the doctor was doing this from the shoulder. The man was shouting and crying and he couldn't go anymore. But then he said, look down, he said, there in the hospital, he said, down the corridor there, he said, there's a woman there, he said, I delivered twins for the boy, he said, and she didn't make them born. And you were crying and shouting, he said, oh, said your man, go down, he said, and do what you're doing to me, he said. Go down and put him back in what I came out, he said, no, he said, you can't be out of howling and shouting, he said.
They're flying them back to the Mexican border, but they call their money to get back again. So farewell to my friends, goodbye, Rosita. Adios, amigos, you say you won't have a name and the fire. Sergeant came, he promised all a future bright. So the brave young men went off to fight for the Empire and Carmine. That morning in the dash I meet now we meet your drums no more. And the corn stood before his troops. Those men who mutinied, he told them all of honours won. But those men stood in the blazing sun till fight your wars no more. For father we have been, for the French and Waterloo, not soon beside on solid blood. We fought your every bloody war and fight your wars no more. And drums were a beating time, while the pipes the loudly play when they die. That morning in the dash I keep now we meet your drums no more.
Gentlemen, there is to be a special request from Mark Cork to sing the Wild Rapparee. Special request.
How green are the fields that are washed by the Finn. Oh, how grand are the homes that those spoilers live in. How fresh are the crops in the valley to see. But the heat is the home of the wild Rapparee. Out on the moon where the wind shriek and howl, sure he finds his lone home there amidst the wild fowl. No one there to welcome, no comrade has he. I got help the poor outlaw, the wild Rapparee. He has robbed many rich of their gold and their crowns. He has outrode the soldiers who hunted him down. Alive he has boasted, they'll never take me. Not a swordsman will capture the wild Rapparee. But this morning those swordsmen returned from the heat, and the sword of their leader was gone from its sheath. Its bright blade was dripping with red blood to see. From the head of the outlaw, the wild Rapparee. There's a stone-covered grave on the bare mountainside. There's a plain wooden cross on which this is inscribed. Dear stranger, kneel down, say an Ave for me. I was sentenced for being a wild Rapparee.
Sun, on the 5th day of September, guess the Rangers proudly played. From defeat he saved the Celtic, but what a price he paid. for his proudness he would die. I took a trip to Pairc, to the dear old paradise, and as the players came on the field, sure the tears fell from my eyes, for the famous face was missing, for the green and white brigade, and they told me Johnny Thompson, his last game he had played. Now the fans, they all left silent as they traveled near and far. No more that cheer John Thompson for the bright and shining star. So play out Glasgow Sunday, stand up and play the game. In goal there stands a spirit, Johnny Thompson is his name. Hands together and give John Cleary a big round of applause now. And I would ask John Joe Kelly to hand the microphone to John Cleary, please. I say thanks for that.
Well, to remember the bright days of joy, sweetly and dry beguile. The friends who frequented my old cabin floor, comrades I loved as a while. I long to roam on mossy green groves, stray by the light of the moon. There's a spot on my birds, there's no eagle yonder, nor Massey the flower on the tomb. So friends, come with me, and it's there you will see the apples and cherries in bloom. It is you I invite, when I first saw the light, nor Massey the pride on the tomb. In the sweet summer time, when the weather was fine, from there would be at the gate. Sure the colleagues would smile as they sat on their stile, tales to their loved ones relate. Oh, when the dancing was over, we strayed through the park, each lad a lassie in blue. That spot of my brow, there's a wee bull on there, thou Massey the pride on the throne. But now I must roam from my own Irish home, stray by the light of the moon. For three friends behind, they're loving and kind, them that dearly love me. Though fortune may smile far away from the side, I pray the day will come soon to roam once again in my lovely domain, Massey the pride of the throne. So friends, come with me, and it's there you will see the apples and cherries in bloom. It is you I invite, where first saw the light, now Massey hand over to John Shirley for the next song.
You may travel far, far from your own native home, far away o'er the mountains, far away o'er the foam. But of all the fine places that I've ever seen, sure there's none to compare with the cliffs of Donegal. Take a view o'er the mountains, fine sights you'll see there. You'll see the high Rocky Mountains on the west coast of Clare. Oh, the towns of Bhearrachain and Kilkee can be seen from those high rocky slopes, from the cliffs of Donegal. So very well to Donegal, very well for a while, and to all the fine people I'm leaving behind, to the streams and the meadows where late I have been, and those high rocky slopes round the cliffs of Donegal.
Now please, where is the program? Yes, we need the job. We need job, please. Ole, 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 ole. We're all Farmer Jackie's army. We're all up the wintery, and we really sit and pop, and we win the water pop. All our friends were bombing. Ole, 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 I close my eyes and picture the emerald of the sea, from fishing boats and Donegal to the shores of Donegal. I miss the river Shannon and the folk festivities.
Merry, merry me. Here's to the girl who gets a kiss and runs and tells her mother. Here's to the girl who gets a kiss, runs and tells her mother. May she in a convent dwell, may she in a convent dwell, may she in a convent dwell, and never have a lover. Here's to the girl who gets a kiss and says she like another. Here to the girl who gets a kiss and says she like another. May she drive in a court, may she drive in a court and four, may she drive in a court and four, and always have a landlord is the flowing ball, till the wine flows over. Landlord is the flowing ball, till the wine flows over. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. For tonight will merry, merry be. And tomorrow will be so. Oh, they say we're all born for a purpose. They say we're all born with a gift. Oh, some people rise to be famous. I suppose it's by hard work and grit. Sure, there's lots of this fighting and striving for a seat in the White House, you see. But when I got a seat in my trousers, and the missus to work for me, I don't work for a living. I get along alright without. I don't toil all day. I suppose it's because I'm not built that way. Some people work for love. They say it's all sunshine and play. But if I can get sunshine without any work, I'd rather stay out in the rain. Oh, give me a nail and a hammer and a picture to hang on the wall, and give me a 5-step ladder in case that I might fall. Oh, give me a couple of waders, a barrel of old basil. Sure, I bet you will hang up that picture if somebody drives the nail. I don't work for a living. I get along alright without. I don't toil all day. I suppose it's because I'm not built that way. Some people work for love. They say it's all sunshine and play. But if I can get sunshine without any work, I'd rather stay out in the rain.
Yeah. Give your holiday the class. There was another special request. Thomas and I would like to tap
They couldn't pick a better time to start in life. It ain't too early and it ain't too late. Starting as a farmer with a brand new wife. Soon we'll be living in a brand new state. A brand new state. Gonna treat you great. Gonna give you barley, carrots and potatoes. Cabbage for the spinach and tomatoes, flowers on the prairie where the zoom bugs zoom. Plenty of air and plenty of room to swing and roll. Plenty of heart and plenty of hope. Oh, Oklahoma, where the winds come sweeping down the plain, and the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oh, Oklahoma, every night my honey lemon drive, sit alone and walk and watch the moon making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is land. And when we say, oh, we're saying, yeah, we're fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, okay. Satisfying old woman, what have I done? This bright old woman did say, I have borne great things, each of them as you were. Then strangers came and tried to take them from me. I had 5 strong sons. They fought to save my jewels. They fought and they died. And that was my grief, said she. Long time ago, satisfied old woman. Long time ago, this proud old woman did say, there was war and death, laundering and pillage. My children starved of mountain, valley and sea, but their raging cries, they shook the very heavens, and my 4 dreams red with their blood, said she.
She was very hot days, she was pretty. I didn't feel.
Sorrow and with sadness, many hearts are filled with anguish and with pain. For old Ireland now she hangs her head in mourning for the men who died at Upton Did they think of how they ruled along the valley when they marched out from Cork City to their doom? Let the moon shine out tonight along the valley where those men who fought for freedom now are laid.
explicit request and we paid for account him this evening to get the gentleman along here. We'll have Christy O'Neill to sing. Did I prove that I want to go home?
I took a trip by sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica, I made a stop, but I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many days, only holiday now, my head around. I had a little girl, Kingston down. Down at the market you can hear the ladies crying out for the day. Back to rice and saltfish is nice and the rum is fine any time of year. But I'm sad to say, on our way, we won't be back for many days. I had a hurry around, I had a little young Kingston town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls went to and fro. I must declare that my heart was there, and I came from Maine to Mexico. On the way, won't be back for many today. My heart is down, my head is turning rock. I had a little young Kingston town. Hey, oh, hey, oh, they like to come all around. Penny maker, they like to come. Hey, oh, hey, oh, they like to come.
small bit. And we're going to have Paddy Hurley or Paddy Avery play a few tunes and a little dance, okay? Bring the chair back this way. Smaller roll in. In the street one day I met him. In my eyes I fell and drank. Then the chorus of crying came on me. Was on that funny and I dreamed and the hammer strikes the anvil and we dream as the smash right on the floor. I blew white turtle dove, she's the only girl I love, and she's the outside that good old smithy door. 12 months passed and came my trial. At the court I saw my wife, and I helped her beg for mercy, as they sentenced me for life. 12 long years I've read her turn, the only comfort I can tell. When I heard that she was dying, was then my lonely spirits fell, and I dreamed as the hammer strikes the anvil, and I dreamed as the sparks light on the floor. I know I turtle dove, she's the only girl I love, and she stood outside that was the key. Hold your path and don't easy, guess it won't be the dance and shout.
Spring on our side and light from the sun on 20 years and came the tears. I'm not there to cry, your beautiful day passes by. It's too late, only
Well,